Hello and good morning, children. Welcome to the class. Today we are going to start another topic from English grammar textbook. The topic is about adjectives of comparison. So, children, before we start what is adjectives of comparison, we need to know what is adjective. I hope you already know what is adjective, which describes a noun. We will look into this once again and then we'll go with the comparisons. Adjectives, what does it do? It tells us more about nouns, something or someone. An adjective usually comes before a noun. Example, John lives in a new house. House is a noun, whereas new is adjective. She tells an exciting story. Exciting is an adjective. Story is a noun. I met a handsome man. Handsome is an adjective. Understood, children? You all got the idea how adjectives are identified. Now we will look into the comparisons of it, children. Adjectives of comparison. So, adjectives or comparisons are the things in which we will compare one noun with another part of the noun. Comparative adjectives are used to compare one noun to another noun. In this instance, only two items have been compared, whereas superlative adjectives are used to compare three or more. So, when we are identifying one adjective, children, that becomes a positive comparison, positive degree. And when we are trying to compare two things, that is comparative degree. And we are trying to compare three things, that two or three things or more than three, that becomes superlative degrees of comparison. Now let us start with the textbook, page number 34. Adjectives of comparison. Most adjectives have three forms. These forms are used for comparing person, thing, and place. For example, Mohan is a rich man. Rich is an adjective. Sohan is richer than Mohan. First sentence is telling you that Mohan is a rich man. So rich is what? It is an adjective. Sohan is richer than Mohan. So second sentence is showing you that Sohan is more richer than. He is richer than Mohan, because there is a comparison between two. Next, third sentence will show you Suresh is the richest man in the city. Now, in the first sentence, there was no comparison, children. That was a simple positive sentence. Next sentence showed us the comparison between two of them, Sohan and Mohan. Now, Suresh is the richest man in the city, which is comparing it complete with more than 3 or 4 people. Understood, children? So these are the differences in comparisons. Now look into this box. The adjective rich is used to talk of any one person. There is no comparison with anyone. This form of adjective is called positive degree. So first sentence, Mohan is a rich man. This is a simple sentence which is giving you the information that he is a rich man. So this is positive degree. Next one, the adjective richer is used to compare two person. Richer is called comparative degree of rich. So in the next sentence, Sohan is richer than Mohan. So the word Mohan is the word richer is used, which is comparing two people. So the word richer is a comparative degree. Third one, the adjective richest is used to compare more than two person. Richest is called the superlative degree of rich. So in this also it is a superlative degree because it is comparing more than 2 to 3 people. So thus adjectives used to compare person and things have 3 degrees of comparison. The positive degree for only one person, the comparative degree for comparing two persons, the superlative degree for comparing more than two persons. You understood, children? Now we will go with some more detail. So in page number 34 itself, we have this. Making comparative and superlative degrees of adjective. We can make comparative and superlative degrees of adjective in the following ways. So this is the way how we will make the sentences, make the words. First, by adding er and es to the positive degree of the adjective. For positive degree, strong. In comparative, it is becoming stronger. For superlative, it is becoming strongest. Small, smaller, smallest. Bright, brighter, brightest. So, here we are adding the words like er and es. The positive words are bright. And for that bright, we are adding er, which is becoming comparative brighter. Then for superlative, to make it superlative, we are adding est. Brightest. Poor, poorer, poorest. High, higher, highest. Slow, slower, slowest. Narrow, narrower, narrowest. Great, greater, greatest. Got it, children? We have some more of this to be understood. Let us see into that also. Look at here. Positive degree clear, clearer, clearest. Clever, cleverer, cleverest. Short, shorter, shortest. Tall, taller, tallest. Long, longer, longest. Sweet, sweeter, sweetest. Kind, kinder, kindest. Young, younger, youngest. Old, older, oldest. Now, the second table shows when an adjective ends in E. E is dropped before adding er or est. Let us see. Now, positive degree is large, larger, largest. Brave, braver, bravest. Wise, wiser, wisest. White, whiter, whitest. Noble, nobler, noblest. Fine, finer, finest. Safe, safer, safest. Pale, paler, palest. Do you observe, children? Here pale, P-A-L-E. E is dropped and ER is added. So, the basic thing is we are trying to make it comparative, superlative, from positive, comparative and superlative. Next rule what we have is third rule. When an adjective ends in Y is exchanged to I before adding er or est. Now, look into this. The words which are ending with Y, like heavy, will be converted as IER, heavier. It will be the letters will be added by eliminating Y. Heavier, heaviest. Happy, happier, happiest. Easy, easier, easiest. Busy, busier, busiest. Noisy, noisier, noisiest. Healthy, healthier, healthiest. Lucky, luckier, luckiest. Pretty, prettier, prettiest. Wealthy, wealthier, wealthiest. Ugly, uglier, ugliest. Got it, children? The words which are ending with Y, in that words, Y gets eliminated and letter I is added before adding ER or EST. Next rule. In the case of some adjectives, the last letters is doubled before adding ER or EST. In this, the letters are doubled. Last letters. Look at here. Now we have a big. To make it comparative degree, we can add one more G and then ER. Bigger, then biggest. Hot, hotter, hottest. Thin, thinner, thinnest. Sad, sadder, saddest. Fat, fatter, fattest. Got it, children? Now, few more rules we have to be we need to follow. Let us look into that also. Some adjectives can be changed into comparative and superlative degrees by using more and most. So those were the words we have observed how to make changes in those words, letters, how to make the changes in the letters in between. Now we need to understand to make the words comparative and superlative. We also have few other words which cannot be changed. In that case, we need to add something else. So look at this. Positive degree we have beautiful. We cannot convert this comparison as beautifuler. That can be happen. So we will just add more beautiful for comparative degree. For superlative, most beautiful. For difficult, more difficult, most difficult. Faithful, more faithful, most faithful. Next is careful, more careful, most careful. Honest, more honest, most honest. Delicious, more delicious, most delicious. Got it, children? Few are these words in which we need not change the words. Instead, we need to add more or most to make it the differentiation between comparative and superlative. Next is some adjectives are irregular. Their comparative and superlative degrees are not formed from the positive degree. We use new words. So now children, I say happy, then happier, then happiest. So this is what we are making the changes in the word. But few sentences are in a few words are in this case where we need to differentiate. We need to add separate word for that. Like for example, look here. We need to exchange the words. There should be new words to be added to make the differences of superlative and comparative. This is what it is. Good, better, best. Bad, worse, worst. Little, less, least. Many, more, most. Much, more, most. Understood, children? So for good, we cannot add as more good or most good. We cannot just say it as gooder or goodest. That is not the correct form. We need to change it as better and best. For bad, worse, worst. For little, less, least. For many, more, most. For much, more and most. Now we have a practice paper. We will do it. Take the most appropriate form of adjective in the sentence given below. Sohan is stronger than Sham. So you need to tick mark, children. Tick it on the word which is correct. Second one, the dog is the most faithful animal. The black box is heavier than the white box. This third one, we are comparing one box to other box. So that is why we will use the word as heavier. Delhi is hotter than Mumbai. A pig is fatter than a dog. Veena is the prettiest girl in the school. Kolkata is the largest city of India. The girl is thinner than the boy. The second exercise is more difficult than the first. A sofa is more comfortable than a bench. Ramesh is a fat boy. She is a more careless girl in the class. Raju's marks are the best in the class. The cat is the laziest of all animals. The baby looked cheerful yesterday. So children, observe in this practice paper. When I am showing you the difference between two, like Sham and I'm showing you the difference between Sham and Sohan between two, then we will use the comparative degree, where I am giving you the statement that baby looked cheerful yesterday. So this is general a statement. We are not comparing anything in this. So this is a positive degree. And when I say The cat is the laziest of all animals, because in this sentence we are comparing the cat with all more than two or more than three animals. So then it will become a superlative comparison. Remember this, children. Positive is only when we are giving you the statement. So, and comparative will be only when we are comparing two things, two people or two things. Then we will make it as a comparison degree. We will compare it. Next, in the superlative degree, we will always compare the things with more than two or three things. That is when the sentence turns into a superlative degree of comparison. I hope you understood the, children, and I'll be sending you the PDF for rest of the exercise to be done. Understand it and write it in your grammar textbook. Thank you and happy learning.